Hey everybody, Jim Evans here. Today in Trades, I'm excited to have a guest, Joe from Big West Marketing. I had the opportunity to meet Joe after encountering his name several times in town of, you need to meet this guy. You need to meet this guy. I was like, I don't say. He's like, no, he builds incredible sites. He works with the home services industry, makes it easy for them to understand. He's strong. He has a strong understanding of the business, and he's affordable. And I was like, okay. So reached out to Joe. He was kind enough to give me a few minutes of his time. Joe, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This is cool. Yeah, I was excited when I heard when people, when we got introduced. I was excited to hear that you were actually located here in Missoula, Montana. We could meet face to face and have a cup of coffee. So yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, everything great comes out of Missoula. Sid Graff lives here. You live here. I mean, it's kind of like a little mecca of home services hierarchy. I mean,
Right.
what I love about Joe, everybody, is he loves the customer experience. He loves customer service. I'm gonna let him tell a little bit about how he got here. But anytime I can meet someone who is dedicated to helping companies create a healthier business, a more profitable business, and to build, most important, which should be most important to us, a brand that has value, a brand that you can sell, a brand that you can hire to, a brand that people want to work for. So, Joe, how did you get into website design? I mean, there's a long road from the cleaning business to website design. So, tell me your story.
Yeah. So yeah, basically what happened was in 2009, I had my first daughter, and we were living in Kansas City. And it wasn't, we wanted a smaller town, like community feel to raise our daughter. So I was originally from Missoula, Montana here. And I decided to, pack my family up into a minivan, move from Kansas City to Missoula. My grandma lives here. So we just did it. We just took a chance and we did it. But when I got here, 2009, the economy was bad. I couldn't find a job that made more than like 10, 12 bucks an hour. With a new baby, that's kind of a scary feeling. Somebody talked me into starting a carpet cleaning business. One of my dad's friends from back in the day said, you need to start a carpet cleaning business. I was really reluctant at first, but I didn't have much of a choice. So I did it, taught myself how to do it, bought the equipment, took a couple classes, filled up my wife's minivan, and I was in business, but I couldn't get the phone to ring. That's when I realized that, I had to figure something out. I had to do something to actually get the job. It's more than just having the equipment and a phone ready to go. So somebody turned me on to Google. This is back when people were still using the yellow pages a lot. There were some people where you had websites, but they didn't really understand this whole, search engine optimization, SEO thing. So I spent, 4 hours a day over the next 6 months teaching myself web design and SEO. Once I got it figured out, my website popped to the top of Google and my phone rang off the hook to the point where I was booked out like 3 or 4 weeks at a time. I was even giving jobs to some of my competitors just because I was so busy. And I was like, there is something to this whole Google thing, this whole internet marketing thing. So I started helping some other carpet cleaners, restoration companies that I had met on some forums online, and decided that I was going to turn this into a side hustle. 4 years later, I sold the carpet cleaning business, went full time into marketing. And that was in 2014. And since 2014, we've had over 1,200 clients in all different kinds of service industries. We're working with a lot of electricians right now. We're working with plumbers, HVAC, still got a lot of cleaning companies, pressure washing. And so it's been a crazy journey. We got a team of 6 people right now, and we're still designing websites, getting them ranked up on Google and making the phone ring. And so that's my story. That's how I got into this crazy game.
Wow, holy cow. I mean, first of all, hats off for the hustle. Most of
Yeah.
us on this podcast, this is all entrepreneurs for the most part. Our listening base is those of us that are out. We started with just a few tools, we got rolling. What a great story. Hats off to you. Not only taking that plunge to try to start a business, but then to look, where are the customers and where do I need to go to meet the customer? That can't be understated enough. And
Yeah.
frankly, Joe, I'm tired of our industry, all the trades industries, of being afraid of their online presence to be. I had one friend of mine's like, I have this new website came out. I'm like, your website should be new about every few months, in the sense of it needs to be, it is our new storefront. It is our new encounter. All social media goes that way. And I know a lot of you listening are like, oh, okay, here goes Jim on all that new school stuff. Well, our labor, our people that we are to hire, that's how they communicate. That's what they know. The next generation knows. So are you going to be a company that creates a brand and encounter that people want to work for, or not? And I encourage you, whether you're in Missoula, Montana, Kansas City, New York, if you don't have a website you are super proud of, and if you're not investing money into getting people there, and if you're not using tools on the website like BidClips, ServiceStation, Jobber, ServiceTitan, any other CRM company, if you're not creating a good, clean storefront online and a good system where customers can easily get you the information, you're missing opportunity. And
Yeah.
and I want to open it up to Joe a little bit to talk about some of the things he's seen in this industry. But before I do that, I want you I want all of our listeners to consider, um, I know right now it's busy. We've got phones ringing off the hook. Jim, we can't keep up with it all. And then I go spend time with you and you're running around, wasting time, going back to jobs a couple different times. You got emails full of junk. My question is, in this time of busy, are you profitable and healthy? Are you organized? Have we prioritized that time? And instead of looking at your website or your online presence as a way to get more sales, how are you looking at it as a way to build your brand and organize the people you have, qualify the right customers for your company? And so, Joe, that's a kind of a segue into what are the biggest wins and the biggest mistakes you see clients make when they come to you?
Oh, that's a good question. I've always been really big in not just making websites that look cool, but have high conversion elements is what I call it. So a lot of them won't even have like a phone number on the homepage, or if it is, it's very tiny, and they make the potential client have to really work just to pick up the phone and call them, or figure out like where they're located or whatever it may be. There's so many little things you can do to make your website actually work for you. But what I got really excited about when you were showing me the demo for BidClips is now it's not just about lead generation with the website. It's also a way to have meaningful interactions with the client. So now your website's doing two things, and it's basically like you were saying, it is the future. Like, this is the future. The people that don't jump on these new technologies like this are going to get left behind. I can just see it right now. If somebody comes to a website, because people usually check out 2 or 3 websites when they're looking for, let's say, a glass company or an electrician or plumber or whatever it may be. And if they're looking at 3 websites and one of them has BidClips on it and has something where people can actually interact, that person is most likely going to get the job. That website is going to get the job. I mean, it really separates you when you see something like that. I was so impressed with just like the little, the widget, how it pops up and just displays all the services right away, or the little gallery view. I thought that was cool too. Something that I had never seen, that I think is going to really take those progressive minded business owners to the next level.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And let's take it back to terms that tradesmen can understand, tradespeople can understand. I have 2 daughters. I have tradespeople. We want everyone in this industry to be able to move into this and see you can make money. You learned how to clean by going to some classes, loading up your wife's minivan. Is it so hard to learn how to embrace some of these technologies? Why do we have such a hard time getting over the hump of embracing someone like you at Big West? Or to, what are the things that stop us? Where are people that can learn you learned how to clean carpets just like on the side? What stops us, and how can we help make that easier for people?
Yeah, so that's a good one, because it is a roadblock for a lot of people. They look at this technology thing as something that's big and scary and that they'll never understand. And in the past, that was true. But I mean, with all the new stuff that's coming out, BidClips is a great example. There is a learning curve, just like anything though. But the learning curve is getting shorter and shorter and easier. So if you've got somebody in your office that's already answering the phones, filling out the database, or doing, just doing the administrative work, this is something that you can add to it and have them up and running in, 30 minutes to an hour. And the same thing goes along with web design. Yeah, web design used to be very complicated. You used to have to understand all this code, this and that. These days, and we put a lot of emphasis with our clients on making it easy for them to tell us what they want by showing us examples of other websites and showing us colors that they like, showing us certain pictures of certain situations that they like. Using examples that way makes it so they don't have to worry about any of the technical stuff on the back end. And that way they can get up and running quickly with a website that looks cool, shows off their brand, but also gets the phone ringing. And then, of course, if you add bid clips to it, has a very slick interaction component to it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I often tell people, if you aren't willing to put in the time or you don't have the time to learn it, you can buy the right technology or the right consultant or the right web team, and we'll give you service, because we're service companies helping service companies. What I love about Big West, he's got real people, real employees ready to help out. They take you through what's best for your business. I'm vouching for him. I've met his clients. They have great sites. They have nothing but great things to say. Like we say on the Big Clip side, don't worry about it. We have a team that will help hold your hand all the way through it, teach it to you, work through. So when you're picking these things, pick companies that are going to give you the support that not only you deserve. Your service people, and you deserve service as well. And so the link is going to be in our description if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, Joe, where can they go to find you if they're just listening in their van right now?
Yeah, so bigwestmarketing.com is our website. There's a little button there to get a free consultation if you want us to review your current website or your current internet marketing strategy, kind of see what you got going on. We'll give you some tips on how you can improve it. This is actually a true consult. We're not looking to make a sale. Of course, we will give you pricing and different packages we offer if that's something you want. But for the most part, we just want to really get knowledge out to people on how to, use their website in a correct way, in the new way. Like there's so many ways to use website or modern, new technology. There's so many ways to do it wrong or to do it in a sloppy way that can cost you money and cost you, clients as well. So that's kind of like our thing, is like, we want to help, we want to educate people, not just, show them what we do and how we can help them. But we want to educate them on what it takes to really make it in this new digital era.
Several of my listeners right now, I know, need your services. I'll leave you nameless, but I'm not going to buy it from you all anymore. You can't just have social media be your website. I'm sorry. Not only do you have to have a strong Facebook page and Instagram channel and TikTok now, it's hilarious. You guys are making TikTok videos, yet you can't reach out and clean up your image, your brand, integrate the Big Clips system into it. Everything has to funnel its way through your site for so many reasons. You're not competing any longer with other glass shops and plumbers and pressure washers. You're competing with customers' expectations. So please reach out to Big West, have them help your customers' expectations be met. And Joe, I really appreciate you on this podcast. I hope to have you back. We're going to do a couple of topics in the future as we start to talk about strategy, because the economy is starting to change. We have to be ready for it. We have to keep our finger on the pulse. And that's another reason why you choose a company like Joe at Big West, because they will help you stay relevant, not just a one and done. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. We appreciate you working with us, and we're excited to see you again.
Well, thank you, Jim. Thanks for having me on. Also, I forgot to mention, could you put a link over to my YouTube channel as well? Tons of free content, free education on how to make this digital marketing work. I'm actually going to have a video where I feature Jim in Big Clips, different types of websites that you can use Big Clips on, and what it actually looks like and how it works, stuff like that. So check that out as well.
Awesome. Very good. Yeah. And that goes back to, we have no excuse, everybody, to jump in and educate yourself. So very good. Yeah. Please hit the YouTube channel, go visit his website, reach out to me if you have any questions, and everybody stay great out there. Serve your customers, serve your employees, serve each other. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Thanks, Jim.